You know, you're not around very often greatness, but when I came here to this school, I saw greatness.
Provision is what every school should be.
Provision is spectacular.
Provision is a life-changing program that affects not only the students, but their families and the entire community of Houston.
Provision is hope.
In Southeast Houston, it's commonplace to see human potential go unfulfilled. The average household income is $18,000. The unemployment rate is almost twice the national average, and less than 40% of the residents have a high school diploma. If a young man listens to the wrong people, he will likely be incarcerated before he is 18 years old. His future hinges on whether he can break the cycle of hopelessness and poverty that transcends the environment in which he lives. Roynell Young, a former All-Pro cornerback, became disturbed by the pattern of failure and self-destructive behavior in a generation of Houston's minority youth. In 1990, Roy Young and a dedicated group of supporters established Provision. In order to accomplish long-term and comprehensive results, Provision created a multifaceted approach. One aspect of this approach is in the classroom. In 1995, Provision became the first single-gender public school in the state of Texas. The school benefits underserved middle school and high school students. 90% of Provision students graduate from high school, and over 90% of those who graduate go on to college, trade school, or the military.
I think nowadays today we really need young men to be young men, and I think Provision is stepping up to the plate.
In order to really teach a young person, then you have to set the stage for what that means. It starts with one, being authentic, two, transparent, and then three, trying to forge meaningful relationships with these young people. That opens up the pathway for deep and rich learning experiences.
These young men that come to Provision, they are young men that really want to be successful in life, but they really just don't know how to attain it.
They come to us with a variety of talents. Most of those talents haven't been developed. Many of them have been stunted from a variety of circumstances, and we address all of those needs.
Until you come into this neighborhood and come into this school and see the challenges and then the hope, the challenges of the neighborhood and then the hope that this school provides, you really aren't going to understand what Roy is accomplishing here with these children.
What has been accomplished here in this school is that we are seeing young people being transformed from perceiving themselves as needy to being needed.
They give them hope. They're more than just a coach or a friend. I see them being a parent when they need to be. It's a great place for them to be when they're not at home. So they're getting much more than just an education here. They're getting life lessons here.
Another essential aspect to this approach is the Manhood Development Academy. It was created to develop character and integrity in at-risk young men.
The goal of the Manhood Development Academy is turning a young man into a man. Getting him to understand that life does not want to hear any excuses. You still have to do what you're supposed to do. And there's also boundaries and limits. And there's consequences behind your choices, good and bad.
Every one of these kids can relate to someone they know in their family that's either on drugs real bad, in a gang, or been in jail.
The consequences of leaving here not fulfilled with the right equipment, it could be death, to be honest with you. And we've had a couple of those situations. We call mental moral challenges, where we sit down and we have rap sessions about different issues that's going on between our peers, we're peers these days, young men, and discuss them and see how we can get through those challenges. And last but not least, we do have recreation. But through recreation, we also teach them teamwork, how to speak to someone, how you should encourage, especially if that's your teammate, sportsmanship.
Right now, I think he's getting some good tips on what it means to grow up as a young man. That's something that I could not instill in him, but I think he's getting the support that he needs.
I like the Manhood Development Program is like another father figure. It shows you the right way to do anything, and then it shows you a different way of life other than what you see in your neighborhood.
It is a thing that works from the inside out. It allows for young men to focus their moral compass It allows for them to have a perspective beyond just what they are living in or their environment.
The Job Enterprise Academy is another part of the approach and is designed to prepare youth for successful careers.
What we provide to those young people are career opportunities with internships. We have internships that are blue collar as well as white collar, but what we try to do is expose them to different options. So it sets the stage for life after high school.
Coach Roy made a presentation about Provision, and I was very impressed with the group, and I came to visit the school and was very impressed with the kids and the discipline in the school, and we got involved with the school at that point. When they come with the Job Enterprise Academy, they can work in a variety of jobs.
Well, with DuPont, I was in office work. I filed papers, answered business calls, and I did whatever I needed to do to help this company succeed.
The student we had working with us last year came to us very shy and didn't say a lot, and it was very interesting after he left here how outspoken he was and how proud did he feel about the job he did here and how much he learned.
The Urban Farm Project is a new addition to this multifaceted approach. It is an important vehicle for teaching critical aspects of business and agricultural methods. Crops are grown on the Provision campus and are harvested 3 times a year.
We only have one market in this community, so there's no fresh produce. So here the school now has 21 acres of land, has developed 5 acres as a farm. So they're doing some great things.
Basically, you name it, we have it. And it's all organic. We have fruit trees, we have greens, we have corn, potatoes, we have everything.
We're gonna use some of it for sale and some of it to give to the community, to give to the poor families in the community, the older people.
It is a way that young men are involved in understanding how to operate a business, and at the same time it's providing some financial incentive to those young men.
Urban Farm is just peaceful. You can just go out there and work and do different things that you don't normally do, It's just like, it's not, I don't look at it as community service. I look at it as like something that I can be doing later on in life.
When they first started, I thought they were I thought they were gonna be throwing seeds and playing in the dirt. But once they go out and they put a seed in, they sit there, they water it, and they watch it grow. They take care of it. It becomes more of, be proud of me because I'm responsible. Look what I've done. It builds their self-esteem.
For over 20 years, Provision has provided confidence, a sense of identity, and a trusting adult relationship to Houston's underserved youth. The positive impact extends out to the surrounding community and to Greater Houston. Provision transforms underserved young men in Houston by replacing despair and failure with hope, purpose, and success.
Much of my life is inside of their life. It reminds me of the struggles, the challenges I had of growing up as a young man, and at the same time, the difference is that these young men are young men who are not delinquent. They are young men who have maybe lost a little hope, and at the same time, they're young men who are so poised to realize their purpose through their gifts and talents.
Provision is the right school for your young man. Provision is the school for your young man if you're looking for love, care, nurture, and discipline. Provision is for your son if you're looking for someone to be consistent and fair with your young man. Provision is all of those things, and Provision is a positive young man making machine.